So I'm Dell Hendricks, and I've been in horses all my life. My dad was raised around horses, and I can't quite remember it, but I had a little pony that was born a week after I was born, and there's a picture when we're both about 6 months old, and I'm sitting on that pony. And I had that pony up until I was about 10 or 11 years old. Me and my dad team roped. I used to heel on that little Shetland pony when I was young, and then graduated to the big horses. Team roped on them all the way up till I was about in high school. And then when I got into high school, I found fast cars and women and football and wrestling and everything else, and kind of got away from the horses for a few years. Had a few bad accidents that kind of made me decide maybe horses weren't for me. And then when I was about 20 years old, I decided I wanted to take it back. And my dad had quit team roping at that time and was doing a little working cow horse and a little reining. He took me to a reining in Rexburg, Idaho, and I had never seen it before, and I watched and I went, hey, that looks like fun. So about 2 months later, I went out and bought a 2-year-old and started it myself, and pretty soon I ended up thinking I was going to make a living training reining horses. Went to Lamar, Colorado. They have a horse management course in the college there. Of course, that's where I met my wife, Terry. Went on an internship with Bob Loomis, spent about 1.5 years with Bob Loomis training under him, and then got a job with Pat Warren in Santa Fe, New Mexico at the time as her trainer. I spent about 8 years with Pat and their facility, and then I moved to Texas where we currently reside. So the most satisfying part of my job is when I teach a horse to do something and the light clicks on and they get it. That's what charges me up the most. You know, winning's always fun, but it's the day-to-day thing of when that horse figures something out and does it. The biggest thing that meant the most to me was winning the team gold in Aachen, Germany. I've told a lot of people that, and they think I'm crazy because I've got an opportunity to win the NRHA Futurity and the NRBC several times, but there was something about that win where we were a team and there was so much pressure on each one of us individually not to make mistakes and to get the job done that when we finally won the gold medal, it was very rewarding to me personally. I went over the $1 million mark in 2005. I was the 6th rider in history ever to do it, and it was a huge honor. I mean, the guys ahead of me that had done it were my heroes, and it was really fun to join the ranks of them all. Probably as an industry as a whole, I've seen a lot more people get educated about horses and take better care of horses. The training has changed quite a bit. It's gotten a lot more technical. Health care of the horses has become a lot more important to everyone because that's kind of our governor on what our horses can do, is how sound we can keep them. Bob Loomis told me 20-some years ago that the happiest, brokest, soundest horse will always win the Futurity. And that has been the truth every year. It's not always the best horse, but it's the horse that has those 3 things. And I think that's what we've got to strive for every year. And I think as we've become more competitive and more guys that are able to do that, that's been what you have to look after.